Welcome to Lifestyle Buzz Today with Orlando. Fresh, innovative, entertaining talk about topics we are all in one way or another involved with. And now, here's your host, Orlando Burgos.
Well, hello, fellow Earthlings. Welcome to another edition of The Connection to Better Living, or the antidote for boring radio. Speaking of boring radio, you notice how smart I did that?
Very nice segue. Very nice.
I know, man. I got to tell
smooth.
you. All week long, it has been about the Budweiser and other brands using a transgender person to represent their brands. And it is taking a life all of its own. And I, for one, to be honest, I can't really understand why. This young person is doing a job. And I have to tell you one thing, man, my hat is off to whoever represents him. I wish I knew who the person was. I'll contract them in a flash to represent us here, because obviously he has great selling powers. But regardless, this is a person that is doing what we all should be doing, which is being imaginative and being different. Nobody in advertising, nobody guarantees that everything that is said is going to be Bible. Nobody ever says that. The fact is, though, innovation is the root of progress, is the root of being different, is the root of trying things. And instead of criticizing so much and taking it into a personal step, we should all be kind of, up to a point, imitating and trying to be different, be competitive, be who we are. I mean, what can I say? I don't know if it's a situation where we as a whole are getting a little bit on the bore side, but let it go. Let it go.
Live and let live.
Huh?
Live and let live.
You know what? Seriously, it's I have no intention. I enjoy Budweiser. I've always have. And I'm not a beer drinker. But Corona here and there, a Budweiser here and there, Tecate here and there, But I'm not going to deprive myself of what I like just because there's a guy somewhere not selling Pepsi anymore because they have an NFL logo in their cans. And, he'd rather lose business and lose money and lose, just to complain about a logo. Nobody's drinking the logo. People look at it and, one of the things is for sure, in the business of advertising, business of radio, you need to stay always in the middle because at some point you may offend one side or the other, and you don't want that. You don't want that. You want to be able to reach out to everybody in an equal basis. So
I enjoy Bud Light a lot. That's my beer of choice because it's refreshing and it's not heavy. And so if Bud Light wants to sponsor this show, I'd be more than willing to put on a dress, do whatever they want if they want to sponsor this show. So just reach out to us, Anheuser-Busch here at Sierra Digital Talk Radio.
There you go. There you are. We're going to be sponsored by Budweiser pretty soon, hopefully. All right, let's take a little bit of a break. When we come back, we're going to be talking about travel. We'll be right back.
Do you have Medicare and do you use a CPAP machine? This is a national healthcare alert regarding your CPAP supplies. Using a clean CPAP mask and clean supplies is important to staying healthy. The best way to make sure your CPAP equipment is clean is to get new supplies. If you have Medicare, we have great news. Medicare will pay for you to have new clean supplies every 90 days. We'll even do all the paperwork for you to make sure that there's little to no out-of-pocket cost to you. And you don't even have to leave your home. We provide free in-home delivery. So if you're a CPAP user and you have Medicare, staying healthy with new CPAP equipment is easy. Just make this free phone call right now to get started.
Sponsored by Specialty Medical. 800-846-2153. 800-846-2153. 800-846-2153. That's 800-846-2153.
All right, we are back, and we're going to be talking about travel and not so strange ideas, but different ideas, okay? One of the things that is floating around a lot today is the idea of what is called workstations. And that is a combination of going on a vacation, but staying in touch with your normal job and doing some partial work and running your business, do business on a as normal as possible while enjoying a vacation. I don't know what to say about that part. To me, you need to disconnect when you go on vacation. And if your management style is such that does not allow for you to take a few days off, then I would have to say that you need to look at how you run your business. If it doesn't allow for you to take a break and enjoy and distress and get rid of some angst, it may not be working the right way.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I mean, it's hard for some people to turn off. Also, it's hard too for people, like for the business owner, when they go on vacation. It's hard to switch off because, when Mike Horn goes on vacation, he's still, calling in and checking emails and stuff like that. Just because, when you run a small business, you kind of have to keep your eyes open at all times. But
well, I understand that, but the thing is that I, for one, when I go on a trip, is usually what is called a fam trip, some familiarization trips, and I go and I work. I mean, seriously, put on the long hours. I take pictures. I would do photographs. I take video. I write what I'm looking at because I'm also in the travel business. So I need to come back and show people where I've been and hope to sell that destination. But at the same time, comes a time when I disconnect from it all and go a little bit off on the sightseeing trip of my own type of thing, because you need to unwind. Now, like you say, Mike is one that he goes and checks his emails and all of that, is not the same as setting up an office in a hotel and running a business for, like, say, 5 hours.
Yeah, it's like a waste of money. I mean, because you're spending money for airfare and for lodging, accommodation,
might as well do it here.
Travel. Yeah, you might as well take a staycation, which I'm a huge fan of. But yeah, it's you got to at least budget some time for yourself.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you are going to come back not refreshed. You're going to come back maybe even like angry that you had to, that you spent money to go on vacation and you don't feel rested. You don't feel like you got your money's worth.
You don't feel like you're distressed at all, There's another one called slow travel, which is the complete opposite of what we just talked about, which is the idea of going to lesser places, but staying in longer periods of time in maybe one or two places and get to really submerge yourself into the ambient, the environment, and get to know the people, eat the foods, maybe do something like what they actually do for a living in that area. And I believe that those are really great. It's the same thing as the experiential travel. I just had a group in Colombia not long ago that went to pick coffee, and they came back with a totally different concept of what coffee is all about. They kind of, when people go there and actually pick the beans and get in line and get paid for the labor of the day and eat what people eat in the fields and all of that, they come back with a lot more respect for what the item is, So I think people now, they've been traveling with me in this type of trip, they don't leave a half a cup of coffee to get cold and they throw it away. I mean, people, they appreciate it because it is labor intensive. It takes a while. It takes a lot of work to bring a cup of coffee to the table.
Yeah, with the cultivation and then the harvesting and of course the roasting and it's a pretty ornate process.
Yeah.
And all that work goes into something that, costs you $1.99.
I know.
So respect that, folks.
I know. The other one is some people are getting more and more into what is called solo travel. And people misunderstand. The idea of solo travel is not so much as being in the middle of nowhere all by yourself in the middle of the Sahara, Solo travel means that people want to be traveling by themselves to experience a destination at their pace. But there's a lot of other people doing that. We actually, at Lux Travel, we put people together in groups. And if they want to participate in the group, they participate. If they don't, they don't, But the whole idea is to provide security, safety, and a good guidance of what is there available. So you don't go out there just wandering in the middle of a dangerous area or an ugly area or somewhere where you should not be, okay? So, but you want to travel by yourself? Go ahead. Get the right information, though. Make sure that you are prepared to what is available there at wherever you want to go.
Yeah, you need to really consult a professional like Orlando at Lux Travel for that, because you can't learn everything on the internet. And, I've heard horror stories about people who have traveled solo, especially through Southeast Asia, and they plan their trip 6 months ahead, all, just based off online research. And then they show up in Myanmar hoping that their hotel is open, but the hotel's been demolished 5 months ago and they have nowhere to stay. And so you really need to plan ahead when that comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah. You need to, we live in a society where we are in big buildings, cars, roads, pavement, electricity, all kinds of things. When you go abroad, you need to be ready to maybe find some changes that are not all there. But the fact is that traveling is a very important part of living because it's how you get rid of your stress levels, how you need to plan it. Now, you don't have to go to great distances. You can do it locally. You can do it in many ways, but do prepare yourself. Don't just get in the car and go, because if you're going like Santa Monica, you're okay. A local little trip is fine. It's fine. You get on the road, you need to be prepared. Make sure your car is able to take it. You need some supplies, and just enjoy yourself.
Pro tip, if you go to like a Jiffy Lube, or if you go to my favorite, the American Tire Store, before you go on a road trip, they will, for free, look at your tires, make sure you have the right pressures, make sure everything's on the up and up. And they're not going to try to sell you anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you just show up, maybe throw them like $10 as a tip or something like that, and they'll check your tire pressures, check your fluids, and make sure you're good to go before you go on that road trip.
Yeah, because a lot of times we take it for granted that I drive the car every day. Let's go, and then all of a sudden your tire pressure light comes on and whatever.
You hear that weird noise coming from the front, and yeah, you don't want that in the middle of nowhere on the 15 freeway.
I know. So take care. Be cautious. Have fun. We'll be right back.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify.
800-349-6855. 800-349-6855. 800-349-6855. That's 800-349-6855.
Hi, this is Fred Dwyer talking about my favorite Italian restaurant, Angelo's and Vinci's at 550 North Harbor Boulevard in downtown Fullerton. A fantastic place to eat. Come inside and dine in our Italian town square, complete with a 10-foot Christmas tree. That's right, 10 feet. Enjoy our food made from secret family recipes. Pasta, chicken, seafood, salads, and our delicious pizza. Incredible desserts, including my favorite, the tiramisu, flown directly in from Italy. Feel the spirit at Angelo and Vinci's, 550 North Harbor Boulevard in Fullerton, California. Call 714-879-4022 or visit angelosandvincis.com. That's angelosandvincis.com.
Enjoy Tiki Live, the best cable alternative choice today, with hundreds of premium live TV programming, including ESPN, CNN, Fox News, Disney, AMC, Bravo, XF, OWN, and CRN Talk. Plus, no contracts and low month-to-month service. Tiki Live, servicing North America, including the Caribbean. To get started, visit TikiLive.com to order hundreds of channels, including CRN Talk, at a fraction of what you're paying today. Visit TikiLive.com. That's TikiLive.com.
Hi, I'm Dennis Bono. Join me every Saturday at 6 p.m. and Sunday at 3 p.m. for the Dennis Bono Show live from the entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas. Enjoy this fun-filled hour with my celebrity friends as they perform, visit, and have lots of fun with me in front of a live audience in the showroom at the South Point Hotel. Please join me Saturday, 6 p.m. Pacific, Sunday, 3 p.m. Pacific, right here on CRN Radio and CRNTalk.com.
All right. You had a question, Michael.
I did. This is a debate that me and my friends like to have a lot. And so, as someone who works extensively in the travel industry as well as in the automotive industry, if you have to go on let's say a month-long cross-country road trip across these great United States,
Okay.
and you could have any car you want to make that trip in, what car would you choose and why?
To go across. Well, you know what I mean. You can just today you can have just about any car, but for me personally, I would love to be able to do a cross-country trip in an old Volkswagen van.
Good luck getting over the Rockies in that thing. But no, in a Volkswagen microbus with no air conditioning, no power steering, no power brakes.
You know what? When I get on the road, I enjoy everything about the road. And in the little microbuses, you can actually open the windshields, let some air in there, and just have a blast because they're fun to drive. They sit fairly tall. They're great.
Easy to work on.
They're actually very comfortable.
Reliable and easy to work on, too.
Yeah, easy to work on. I mean, they're cheap to operate.
Yeah. Good mileage.
Economy. And not only that, but it's just, when you do something, you should include the word fun into everything, And driving one of those, I drove them forever and ever. They're great. I mean, they really are great. They're coming out with a new version,
I know, yeah. New version of the Vanagon, too, with the little pop-up camper on the top, too.
Yeah. Well, they've always had those, the ones with the Webasto roof,
Yeah, had a little stove inside, too.
Yeah. But, if I got to tell you, if I had my way, I would look for one right now and drive that with a lot of pride, you know?
Well, you can see Orlando on the I-40 heading eastbound, sweating profusely at 40 miles an hour in the slow lane in that microbus. You know, people are like, oh, well, obviously you'd want to pick a Ferrari 812 Superfast or something like that. You want, you know, a Grand Touring car, something that's fast, comfortable. But you have to think ahead about that. I mean, first of all, you know, this great land of ours, you're going to be going through some rural areas. You're going to be going through places where, you know, snow and ice, where you need to be careful. Also, you got to think about what happens if you break down. If you're in a Ferrari in Idaho and you break down, you're going to be stuck in Idaho for a month while they send parts over from Marilello.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that if you want to go across country and you are on a time element race, okay?
What do they call the Cannonball Run style?
One of those, yeah. Then, hey, Maserati, Lamborghini.
Yeah, I think the record holder most recently did it in I want to say it was a BMW M5, either that or an Audi S6, and they had an external they had a supplemental gas tank put in the back seat to make them.
Yeah, if that's what you want, I mean, yeah, then you're not really looking at anything other than the road and the straight line
and the radar detector to make sure you're not getting pulled over.
Yeah. Me, when I travel, I mean, just to give you a little example. One time the family and we decided to go down to Ensenada, which is, I mean, it's 180 miles down the road, you know, whatever it happens to be. It took us 2 days to get there. The first night we got as far as Capistrano, and we go like, oh, this is kind of cute. We stayed in Capistrano. The next night we drove, you know, we went as far as San Diego, and then continued down. Now, at that time, I was able to do that because I own my own business. I've always owned my own business, but, you know, I had people capable at the office and whatnot. And, but that's how I travel personally. I'm not in a hurry to get from point A to point B. That was my dad. My dad.
We got to make great time. I need to go pee. Hold it. We were making great time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know. I mean, I never understood that part of going crazy just to get to point B, and then that's it, you know. So, no, me, I'm on the road. I want to see everything. I want to be able to stop and take photos of everything and have a good time. How about you? What car would you take?
I thought about this a lot, but probably just of all the different, you know, factors you need to consider, I think it would probably be 2022, 2023 Lexus ES300 all-wheel drive, because you get good economy. It's a Toyota underneath, so they can be able to fix it anywhere. It's comfortable. It's big enough to, you know, have people in it and also carry your luggage around. So probably it'd be a Japanese luxury car like that.
Okay, so you like the air conditioning too?
Gotta have the AC.
See, with me, I'm totally different. I take it or leave it. All right, we'll be right back.
No more mold, no more damage, no more outdated old bathroom, no more slipping and hurting, no more stress. Make your ordinary bathroom extraordinary for only $99 per month. New shower, new door, new tub, new wall, new anti-slip technology. Be stress-free. Call 800-973-5411. BCI Bath and Shower is made in America for the highest quality. Ask about our military and senior discounts. Your dream bathroom in as little as 1 day. First 50 callers save $1,500 on a never clear glass treated door. Call now for free premium color upgrades. 800-973-5411. Call BCI Bath and Shower, the leader in bathroom remodeling. Be smart, safe, and stay a step ahead of inflation with our interest-free financing options. Call 800-973-5411. Love your bathroom with free upgrades. Call 800-973-5411. 800-973-5411.
Do you have Medicare and do you use a CPAP machine? This is a national healthcare alert regarding your CPAP supplies. Using a clean CPAP mask and clean supplies is important to staying healthy. The best way to make sure your CPAP equipment is clean is to get new supplies. If you have Medicare, we have great news. Medicare will pay for you to have new clean supplies every 90 days. We'll even do all the paperwork for you to make sure that there's little to no out-of-pocket cost to you. And you don't even have to leave your home. We provide free in-home delivery. So if you're a CPAP user and you have Medicare, staying healthy with new CPAP equipment is easy. Just make this free phone call right now to get started.
Sponsored by Specialty Medical. 800-846-2153. 800-846-2153. 800-846-2153. That's 800-846-2153.
Hi, this is Fred Dwyer talking about my favorite Italian restaurant, Angelo's and Vinci's at 550 North Harbor Boulevard in downtown Fullerton. A fantastic place to eat. Come inside and dine in our Italian town square, complete with a 10-foot Christmas tree. That's right, 10 feet. Enjoy our food made from secret family recipes. Pasta, chicken, seafood, salads, and our delicious pizza. Incredible desserts, including my favorite, the tiramisu, flown directly in from Italy. Feel the spirit at Angelo and Vinci's, 550 North Harbor Boulevard in Fullerton, California. Call 714-879-4022 or visit angelosandvincis.com. That's angelosandvincis.com.
Enjoy Tiki Live, the best cable alternative choice today, with hundreds of premium live TV programming, including ESPN, CNN, Fox News, Disney, AMC, Bravo, XF, OWN, and CRN Talk. Plus, no contracts and low month-to-month service. Tiki Live, servicing North America, including the Caribbean. To get started, visit TikiLive.com to order hundreds of channels, including CRN Talk, at a fraction of what you're paying today. Visit TikiLive.com. That's TikiLive.com.
Now you can get generic Viagra shipped to your door for about $2 a pill. Get the same impact for less. Call Steelman Pills now and get the same blue pill for about $2 a pill. Call now for the 50-pill special and save even more. Plus, get a free bonus.
800-605-1683. 800-605-1683. 800-605-1683. That's 800-605-1683.
All right. I am not a doctor of any kind. Just I read a lot. And one of the things that I have always heard about is how bad for your health clutter happens to be. Are you a person that lives in a clutter place?
Yes, I am, Orlando. You saw my desk back there. Yes.
Oh, don't you're not the only one. I think everybody lives in that type of an environment where there are certain areas where I work from, and there's a lot of flat surface around me that you cannot put a pin on because of stacks of papers, boxes, you name it. But lately, I have found that it's necessary to clear up your working environment. And as a consequence of that, you start realizing that your living environment also is a little bit on the clutter side. I have a closet full of shirts that are perfectly good, but they're outdated. I don't wear them. Get rid of them. I've gotten to the point where it pains me to put them in a bag and take them to the Goodwill because they're good stuff. They are really great. but I'm always buying new shirts, and I don't buy this expensive stuff, but it's always fresh and new and whatnot. But I have found that when you allow for clutter to get into a section of where you are, it multiplies. All of a sudden, your car gets a little grungy and so on and so forth. And whether you realize it or not, it kind of weighs on you. Have you found that?
Oh, totally. Yeah, totally. I mean, also, it's a, I've lived alone for the past 25 years at this point, 20 years. And so I don't have like a wife or a girlfriend, to scold me about, decluttering my living space. But yeah, it becomes this self-perpetuating thing where it gets cluttered and it gets more cluttered. And then you become to the point where you're like, I don't even know where to start. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not like it's like a hoarder situation, but like, I like to take a lot of, especially in my, my office here, like I like to take a lot of notes, a lot of handwritten notes.
Yeah.
And, I have a somewhat of a convoluted system to keep these notes organized, but, it could seem to outsiders that, it's like pretty cluttered, but.
You sound like something that I do. I'm one that I have notebooks.
Yeah.
I have pads. Yeah. I have schedulers.
I have like 5 pads on clipboards.
Yeah. I have everything. And yet I get a phone call, first envelope I find.
Exactly. Yeah. A piece of mail. Yeah. Anything. Yeah. It's like,
whatever happens to be a napkin, whatever, I write my note, and then all of a sudden it's like, boom.
Oh, here's my W-2. I'll just write notes on this. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's very easy to actually get into that habit because you kind of lose track of order around you, and I have to tell you, it's not that you want to live in a museum type of an environment. You don't want to do that. You want to personalize it. But as you get busier, it's easier to lose important papers, important facts. Because all of a sudden, an envelope is just an empty envelope. Tear it, goes into a trash can. 2 days later, you realize that that's where you had an important phone number you had to call back on.
It's not just physical items too. I mean, some people, I don't like a lot of digital clutter. Like, for example, I'm looking at this. We have a shared computer here at the console, and I'm looking here at the desktop, and it gives me so much anxiety because I just right-clicked and there's 94 things on this desktop. That's unacceptable to me. Unacceptable. You need to put that in a folder or delete it. I know certain people's. Jennifer Horn, for example, she'll delete every email she gets after she's read it. Yeah. Which is so weird to me. I mean, I'll open my emails, but like I won't delete emails because you never know when you have to refer back to those. Yeah. So, I mean, I think it affects, different people in different ways.
You know what? Everybody has their way of coping with the work environment. I would love to be able to be like you say, like Jennifer, because if I could. The other day, I was looking at my phone and it says you ran out of storage space and whatever, you pay for 1 million more spaces for $1.99. And then I go like, why do I have 2,000 emails in this particular email? I mean, it goes back to 2019 or something like that, Obviously, I'm not going to be working on those, but I believe that now that I'm actually a little bit more active in creating space, I found a place for my golf clubs and my tennis rackets, and they're no longer next to my night table and the floor. And so, little by little, I've been decluttering and discovering that there's more floor space than I really realized that I had around the house.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel good. My closet is no longer scrunched to the point where I cannot fit one more hanger in there. And the fact is that somebody is enjoying all the stuff that I'm getting rid of.
Yeah, clothes are tough to get rid of. Because you have your lucky shirt, you love that shirt and you get it for years and then it starts to shrink up on you, get a little torn. And you're like, well, I can just wear this shirt around the house. Like, I won't wear this in public. And then after a while, I'll be like, well, this becomes, just my pajama shirt. But growing up, though, my family, though, we would use old clothes. We would donate, of course, but we'd also cut up old T-shirts and use them as rags to wash the cars with. And so that was that's a good way also to recycle your used clothes.
Well, you know what? I mean, seriously, you can actually do that and use them because paper towels are getting very expensive too.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's what it is. Enhance free yourself of mental clutter by getting rid of physical clutter. All right? I recommend that very highly. We'll be right back.
Do you have Medicare and do you use a CPAP machine? This is a national healthcare alert regarding your CPAP supplies. Using a clean CPAP mask and clean supplies is important to staying healthy. The best way to make sure your CPAP equipment is clean is to get new supplies. If you have Medicare, we have great news. Medicare will pay for you to have new clean supplies every 90 days. We'll even do all the paperwork for you to make sure that there's little to no out-of-pocket cost to you. And you don't even have to leave your home. We provide free in-home delivery. So if you're a CPAP user and you have Medicare, staying healthy with new CPAP equipment is easy. Just make this free phone call right now to get started.
Sponsored by Specialty Medical. 800-846-2153. 800-846-2153. 800-846-2153. That's 800-846-2153.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 800-785-9618. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-785-9618 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 800-785-9618 right now to schedule your tax-deductible vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-785-9618 now.
All right, welcome back to Lifestyle Buzz at the mighty CRN, where we provide 24/7 great entertainment. Talking back about, you mentioned something about having 90-something applications in the computer. And now the big talk is about artificial intelligence. There's a big discussion going on about that. And I, for one, I know computers, tablets, phones that are really no longer phones. I mean, they're more computers than anything else. They're all great tools, but I think we're forgetting the fact that we're letting them guide us a little bit too much. By that I mean, people no longer see the need to actually learn because they find it easier just to find it in Google.
Yeah, also, people very rarely nowadays read beyond the headline. And so they'll be on their phone, and just because they're getting so much information, they'll see a tweet or they'll see something on Facebook, and they'll just read the headline and not actually read the article.
Yeah. Are you a newspaper reader?
For years I was, yes. I still do from time to time, especially if it's investigative journalism.
Mm-hmm.
I found too, though, just as newspapers, it's indicative of just, old legacy media to begin with. I found that as newspapers became more corporatized, more consolidated.
Yeah.
That I was finding I was reading the same article over and over again. Like I would log into the New York Times and I'd read an article, and then I'd go to the Washington Post and I'd read an article, and they're almost like verbatim. They're almost the same.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'll still, especially if it's a big scoop, I'll check out the Washington Post, New York Times, LA Times. But yeah, I still like to look at those. I don't like paying for them, which is kind of sad, but yeah, I'll still read the newspaper. Not the physical copy, but the digital.
What about books?
I read books pretty regularly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find somebody gave me one of those Kindles a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I started using it, but for some reason or another, to me, it was like diving deeper into technology. Not that I have any problems with technology. I mean, we live in a world of technology today, and we should embrace it, but embrace it as a tool, not as a replacement for a lot of the physical stuff. Like reading a book, I mean, to me, is turning the pages and smelling the pages. It may sound weird, but I love going to a bookstore because there's a little different sense being in there, like you're immersed into a lot of knowledge type of thing, And I love that. I mean, I just really enjoy that. I'd rather go there, pay a little bit more for a book that I want to read now instead of ordering it, waiting. I mean, when I get it, it's like it turned impersonal. It's no longer like something that I desire.
Oh yeah, I mean, I loved going. I mean, there's a great used bookstore in my hometown, and it's great. Sometimes you'll just find a diamond in the rough. A book. I pretty much read nonfiction exclusively. I'm a big true crime fan, and so if I find a book that only had an initial printing of maybe like 100,000 copies from the 70s about I don't know, J. Edgar Hoover or something like that, that's always kind of fun. Yeah. But I have kind of transitioned to I read mostly on my iPad now. What's tricky about that is, especially if you're doing a lot of nonfiction reading, is you'll be reading about like the Battle of Hastings or something like that in Vietnam, and then you see a name and you're like, oh, I'll just Google that real fast because you're on your iPad reading it anyways. Yeah. And then you Google it and you kind of forget you're reading the book because you're like, oh, I'm going to Google General so and so. Oh, he also fought in this battle. Oh, let's look at that battle, and then you kind of go on this. But those can be fun sometimes too.
Yeah, I mean there are benefits but I think, though, in many cases, like I said a little while ago, people are forgetting or omitting the importance of learning and retaining information, because now it's instant in whatever device you have. I mean, it's like from my handphone, my little phone, I can get any kind of information that I can get from a computer.
Yeah, the entire history of human knowledge is now available in the palm of your hand with your phone.
Yeah, so I feel that artificial intelligence will eventually move us forward, but it also has to have the human hand to kind of control it, because no matter how intelligent artificial intelligence is still created by the human spirit. So,
human spirit and human compiled knowledge.
Yeah, it has the human touch in it, so it needs to be controlled by the human's, hand too.
Yeah, it's I think if anybody's worried, I mean specifically about Chat GPT and all that, I think it's going to be a couple decades before the robots usurp us. So don't worry about that too much.
Yeah, no. Although, there's some places where the robots are flipping burgers already. So
Flippy and Choppy. Yeah, that's what their names are. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. That's a good point. I'm glad we touched into it. We'll be right back.
experiencing pain? Back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain? Pain from a sports injury? If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com. 310-873-4422.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Their expert staff can help you turn your book idea into a real book, a masterpiece that could someday make the bestseller list in hard copy and digitally all across the world. Page Publishing can help you completely take your idea for a book, write it, and publish it. So if you want to join the ranks of some of the most famous authors in the world, call now for a free information kit. Turn your book idea into publishing gold. Make a free call right now to Page Publishing.
800-378-3212. 800-378-3212. 800-378-3212. That's 800-378-3212.
When you really want Italian food, you have got to get to Columbo's. Columbo's Italian Steakhouse and Jazz Club, Colorado Boulevard, Eagle Rock. It's that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Today, it seems so hard to enjoy just a little bit of easy. So much of life seems to get in the way. But fear not, seekers of fabulous food and fun and thrill. Columbo's is Southern California's answer to Easy Street. Great grub with some of the finest steaks, the freshest fish awaiting for you to devour. Did I mention Columbo's family Italian recipes? Columbo's spaghetti bolognese, their chicken pesto ravioli, magnifico, and of course, the world's greatest meatballs. I can go on. But why go on when you can go on over to Columbo's and experience delicious and easy for yourself? Columbo's, of course, that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Columbo's, mangia bene.
All right. I need to mention the fact that I just got a email from Costa Rica wondering what happened to, because I had announced that today was going to be the big reveal of the pasta dish.
Yeah, that's my fault. Sorry, Costa Rica. That's all my fault. It was my birthday last week. So
happy birthday.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And so there's a lot of dinners that I had to attend, and someone's just like, I could stay home and cook pasta, which I'm looking forward to do, or I could, go out and get a free dinner. I'm going to do that. So the pasta challenge will take place 1 week from today.
Oh, okay. There we go. So we have a commitment now. And
as a matter of fact, right after this show, I'm going to the grocery store and I'm going to purchase supplies for the pasta challenge.
Okay, because I'm ready. I did my dish already. I have it all ready to show.
Well, don't just keep that to yourself, because we want so come next Sunday, you will see the finished product and you can vote for yourselves with the best pasta dish.
There you go. So anyway, our travel business is in full swing right now. As actually we're beginning to get bookings for the year of 2023, and even all the way up to the holiday season. People are beginning to get more moving into international travel. And so we got plenty of bookings. We got great pricing. We have all kinds of things that we can share for you. And we are going back to roots by concentrating on the destinations that we know best, which is South America, Latin America, and the Caribbean. I'm still throwing in there a little bit of Africa because it's such an interesting concept to go on safaris and whatnot, and I know it well. So with that in mind, give us a call at ask@luxtravel.buzz, okay? There's a lot of new stuff coming as far as the show is concerned, too. I'm going to be letting you in little by little, but there's going to be some prizes being given away. I want the show to be more interactive. Is that a good thing?
I think so too. Yeah, absolutely.
I love to be able to bring in travel agents to tell us all about their experiences with clients and clients with the travel agents and everything else that we do here. Just foodies. Like for the food contest, I would love to be able to have somebody from the audience also prepare the same dishes that we are going to be challenging.
I mean, not only can they find you, at globalconnects.media and also Lux Travel Buzz, but also you're on social media too, on Instagram, on Facebook, and so on and so forth. Why don't you give the audience where they can reach you on social media?
On social media, you can go to lifestylebuzz.today, find me there, or under Orlando Burgos too. You can also find us at on YouTube. I have my own channel that it's called Lifestyle Buzz with Orly, and I'm there. All the shows are there. So yeah, we're trying to make a little bit more of a presence, and as we get more busy, we'll let you know. So, but we're easy to reach. We're always there. Love to hear from you. So, last words, Michael.
Yeah, it's springtime is out there. It's beautiful, and I think it's time to start traveling. You want to travel internationally, travel domestically. I think now's the time. It's starting to warm up a little bit. We were locked down for a long time, and now it's time to go out there and be free. So,
and one of the things that I wanted to mention real quick, is the fact that things may sound like they're really horrible, but if you really think about it,
it's fine.
They're not.
It's fine.
Lifestyle here is beautiful. It's ready to go. Open up. Take yourself out there and have fun. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye. God bless.